Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here with round 2 of my best of 2018 where I share all of my favorite products that were released this year. Today we're talking about face color items, so blush, bronzer, and highlighter. I know I say this in every video, but I just feel like I need to make a point. There are thousands of makeup products that are released every year and I can't possibly try all of them. I do get the chance to try a lot of things and I'm just gonna share my top favorite, most used, most enjoyed products with you. The majority of these products in today's video are gonna be on the higher end side. That's just how it turned out this year. I simply share the things that I think are the best of the year, and this year, a lot of great high-end stuff came out. Let's start with bronzer because that's my smallest category for this video. First, I want to give a quick shout out to the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know this isn't a new product, but they did extend their shade range and I absolutely love that. Physicians Formula has done a lot as far as growing their shade ranges. They are by no means perfect, but I think this is a great step in the right direction, and I love that they came out with some new shades of this product. People rave about this for a reason. It's one of my most favorite, most used, most beat up and battered makeup products. So I wanted to include it in my favorites because they did extend their shade range. The other bronzer I want to talk about is also not a new product. I know we're not really starting off on a good foot here. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in the shade TANTASTIC. This came out last year as a limited edition item and they did decide to bring it back this year. It's still in the special white packaging, so I think it's still limited edition. Either way, I love this bronzer. It's so stupid expensive, but it's one of those really splurgy type items that I've genuinely just enjoyed using. I think it looks so beautiful on the skin. If you're gonna splurge on a really high-end item, I think this one is actually worth it. It's beautifully packaged. The powder is just so fine and natural looking. It's not too orange, it's not too dark. It's just such a freaking good bronzer. I'm really glad that it's back. I'm definitely gonna grab a backup of this because I've been afraid to use it because I didn't want to use it up. That's a dumb reason to not use something, especially when you love it as much as I love this. But if you have the chance, if you want to splurge, this is one that I absolutely recommend splurging on. Let's talk about some blush now. I'm going to just quickly touch on this because this has been discontinued. This is a new shade of the NARS liquid blush. This one's called Hot Tin Roof. It was part of their spring release. I don't think you can find it anywhere anymore, but I did really enjoy this. I love this product formula overall, and I thought this was a beautiful shade. I'm not going to talk about it too much because it's gone. We can't get it anymore, but I did think it was worth a mention in my favorites. My next favorite blush comes from MAC. This is the Mineralize Skinfinish, which is not a new formula, but they came out with these really cool pinwheel blushes. There are 4 different shades in this pinwheel style blush. I have 2 shades here and I've enjoyed both of them. The shade Warm Aura is actually more cool toned, and then this one called Nuanced is my top favorite. I love kind of customizing my color. If I just grab for the lighter shades in here, I can use it just to highlight, as an all over blush, as a blush topper. The Mineralize Skinfinish formula is a favorite of mine since I have dry skin. I like the really natural glowy sheen that it gives, and I think this is such a cool product. I didn't really see a lot of people talking about these and I don't know why because I really enjoyed these. Definitely one of MAC's better releases from the year. There are 2 mini blush palettes that I want to talk about. First is this one from JOUER. I have the shade Adore. This does come in 3 other colors. I have not tried the other colors. I really like the way that these 2 blush shades work together. They look beautiful each on their own or mixed together. The little compact is so pretty. There's a great mirror in here. I am totally on board with this blush formula. I really hope that JOUER continues to release more color options because I think this is such a great formula. Beautifully packaged and really useful product. And now JOUER is available at Sephora, so it's even easier to get your hands on. I'm pretty sure that these blushes are still online only, especially if you like nudie, rosy nude type blushes, then I definitely highly recommend this blush duo in the shade Adore. The last blush that I want to talk about comes from MILANI. This year they released this little like mini trio palette. I already loved their rose blushes, so I think this was such a brilliant idea. There are 2 different color options, and this is only $12.99, so this is a great drugstore option. I have the shade Flowers of Love. I have not tried the other one, so I can't really speak to that. I think this is beautifully packaged. I like that I can mix the shades or wear them on their own. MILANI blushes get a lot of love that they definitely deserve. I think they're making some of the best blushes in the drugstore, and these can compete with the other high-end products that I'm going to mention in this video, so I think that's saying a lot. I have 3 highlighters that I want to talk about. First is this loose highlighting powder in the shade Orgasm from NARS. I believe that this is a limited edition item, but it is currently available as of the time I'm filming this video. I do have a video where I demo this. Any videos that I've done in the past that are specific to the products that I'm talking about, I'm going to link in the description box, so if you want to see more, if you want to see swatches, demos, wear tests, things like that, make sure you check down there because there may already be a video existing. I know there's one with this. I love this, and I'm not really one for loose highlighters. They're just a little bit too messy, not quite worth the work for me. This one is an exception to that. I love this as an all-over cheek color, just as a highlighter, even on the eyes. So pretty. It has this peachy gold glow. I can imagine it would look really gorgeous on a lot of different skin tones. So this is a favorite of the year for sure. The next highlighter that I want to mention, I didn't see a lot of people talking about these, but these are the highlighters from Persona Cosmetics, the CALI Glow highlighters. This launched in 3 shades. This is the sort of medium shade called Zuma. I did do a video where I swatched and used these. These are $24. They are available from Ulta. I don't think that they have them in store. I think these are online only. These are so soft and smooth and super bright. If you like a really bright highlight, this is gonna do it for you. I also like this lighter shade called Laguna. My favorite way to use this is actually to mix these 2 shades. Such a beautiful highlighter. I think this is one that was underrated. It really flew under the radar. I don't know why, because man, they are gorgeous and they feel like butter. The last highlighter I'm going to talk about, nobody's surprised. I bet this is in everybody's favorites this year. This is the Amrezy highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is one that I'm kind of comfortable saying this is the best highlighter of the year. Not only is it just gorgeous outer packaging, gorgeous printed powder, but the formula is so incredibly buildable. You can wear it really lightly for just a little bit of a glowy look. You can build it up to be really bright. I've seen this on a bunch of different skin tones on Instagram. It looks so good on everybody. I don't have one single bad thing to say about this. I am thrilled they decided to restock this. This is a limited edition item, but they did bring it back in the month of December. I cannot recommend this enough. #1 best highlighter of 2018. I love it. If you're on the fence, hop over because this is freaking beautiful. Lastly, I have 5 face palettes that I really loved that came out this year. I've really gravitated towards face palettes so much more. I just love the ease. I love the way that certain palettes are curated to work together. So that's why I have so many face palette favorites this year. Not only was it a product I was more interested in using, but I think a lot of great face palettes came out this year. First, let's talk about this one. This is the Too Faced Sugar Peach palette. I did do an entire dedicated video on this. I have been hooked on this palette since I started using it. I love mixing the different shades together to create different blush and highlighter looks. You can even use this on your eyes. Smells great. It's packaged so well. It's the perfect balance between feeling luxurious and also looking really cute. It's $42. This is newer to my collection compared to the other face palettes that I'm going to talk about, but it pretty much instantly earned a spot in my favorites. I enjoy this more than the Natural Face palette that Too Faced also released this year. There's just something about this one. The colors work so well together. I can see this working for a lot of people, as long as you don't mind a fragrance, which I love a good fragrance in my products, but I know some people are sensitive to scent. Don't worry, the rest of my recommendations are not scented. Let's talk about some MAC favorites. I probably should have mentioned this in my highlighters and not my face palettes, since these are just highlighting palettes. These are the Hyper Real Glow face palettes. There are two different shades. They're $39.50. I prefer the more pinky one, but if you have a medium or deeper skin tone, then you'll probably like the more gold shade. I love these powders. They're so soft. They look so beautiful on the skin. Probably should have mentioned these in the highlighters, but here they are in face palettes, so there you go. This is my other pick from MAC. This is the Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape Contouring Palette. This also comes in two different shades. It's also priced at $39.50. This is such a brilliant idea. I don't know why MAC didn't release these sooner. All the shades in here are permanent existing shades from MAC. They just curated the powders all into one palette, so there is also a deeper option. I used the one in light medium. I love this thing. This is such like a no-brainer palette for me. I know that this is called a contouring palette, but I use this for setting powder, for bronzing, and for contouring. I've said it before and I'll say it again, MAC makes amazing powders. I think this is user-friendly enough for the average makeup consumer. It's also a brilliant thing to have if you're a makeup artist. I love this. I love it for travel. It just makes my life so easy. I don't have to think about what powders I'm gonna use. This is probably one of the best value face palettes that I have ever tried. Lastly, I have two face palettes from NARS. Sadly, again, this is already out of stock. This is a limited edition Orgasm Infatuation face palette. I did a whole video on it and I have this sad face because I really love this. I have used this thing to filth already and I haven't even had it that long. So I won't go on and on about it because it's gone. I don't think they're gonna restock it, sadly, but this was a good one. One of my most used and most favorites of the year, even though it's newer to my collection. Just bronze, blush, highlight. I love that. It makes my life so easy. I love all of these powders. Okay, I'm gonna stop making myself sad by talking about it now. Let's end on a high note. This is another one from NARS. It is still available. This is the Wanted Cheek Palette. This does come in two different color options. I use the Wanted 1. Wanted 2 has deeper shades, so if you're looking for something more bold or something for deeper skin tones, then Wanted 2 is probably what you want to go with. I have a video about these. I love this palette. I love NARS blushes. I love mixing all these shades. Every single one is beautiful on its own. It can also work together with the other powders in here. This is a really pricey item. It's $59, but if you go and watch my video about this, I do a price breakdown and it actually ends up being an insanely good value because NARS blushes are so expensive per gram. So this is a great deal. Particularly these 4 shades have been my favorites, my go-tos. But if I'm feeling a little saucy, I'll throw in this hot pink or this really cool lavender shade. I raved about this in the original video and I'm not done raving about it yet. That wraps up part 2 of my best of 2018 favorite makeup products of the year. Make sure you check out part 1 and keep an eye out for parts 3 and 4. Those will be coming very soon. Part 3 is going to be my favorite lips and part 4 will be my favorite eyeshadow palettes. Super excited for that one. I would love to hear about your favorite products of the year. Leave a comment and let us know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. But this year ma'am, have you made a video before? Really? This is one of, I'm lost for words. It's so pretty. Hair stuck to my face. Warm woohoo. I've lost it. I finally lost it. Didn't think it would take this long, but here we are. That's what I meant. That I want to mention. Great. It's $28 and I would pay $38. Don't tell ABH I said that. What are you even talking about? Do you know? Because if you don't know, none of us are gonna know. Why are NARS palettes so hard to open? Should be done raving about it because my battery's about to die. Cool. What? No, I give up. I have in my head what I want to say about things, but then when I sit down and I start talking, it doesn't always come out, so hopefully I said what I wanted to say. And if not, then nothing I can do about it now. Okay, I'm gonna go take off my makeup and take some ibuprofen because I woke up with a headache and I still have it and it sucks. So that's not a 2018 favorite. Okay. Bye then.